defense lawyers for the Fisher-Turner family, whose patriarch Ernie Fisher killed his own son and then instructed that the body be buried in the garden while he watched the AFL Grand Final, have all urged jurors to find them all not guilty. Closing arguments in the trial of Mr. Fisher, 67, concluded in Was Supreme Court today, after prosecutor Laura Christian previously said there was absolutely no doubt that he had killed his son, and saying there should also be no doubt it was murder. The trial has heard how Matthew, 23, was stabbed to death by his father on October 1, 2016, the morning of the AFL Grand Final, before Mr. Fisher drove to a friend's house to watch the match. That left his other son Joshua Fisher-Turner, 28, and daughter Hannah Fisher-Turner, 21, to dispose of the body and clean up the mess, which led to them being charged of being accessories to the murder. Late yesterday, Mr. Fisher's lawyer Sam Vindongan said the cold and hard, but sad reality, was that Matthew was an angry and violent young man, and the 67-year-old truly believed he had no other option but to kill him to protect his family. I am not here to speak ill of the dead. But that is what he was like, that is what he did, Mr. Vindongan said. Mr. Vindongan said the Cromer Gardens house had become a powder keg, with the introverted Mr. Fisher and his other children living in a state of fear. On October 1, 2016, Mr. Fisher decided to take steps to protect himself and the rest of his family from his son. Those steps ultimately led to him taking his son's life. And this morning, Marco Tedeschi representing Joshua and Jim Brash representing Hannah, both told the jury that they should not be found guilty of being an accessory, because neither knew at the time their father had acted unlawfully. Mr. Tedeschi said Josh honestly believed his father had acted in self-defense when he knifed his brother, having later been told by Ernie that he had been headbutted by Matthew and that had sent him over the edge, and he also said there was no hint Joshua knew what his father was going to do, because it was likely not even Mr. Fisher did until 5 minutes before he did it. Joshua did not know on that fateful morning that his father had an intention to kill his son, Mr. Tedeschi said, and Josh was of the belief his father acted in self-defense. Mr. Brash said with Hannah not having even seen the killing, the jury could not be satisfied. She knew her father had committed a crime when she helped drag Josh's body to the garden and then assisted cleaning up the bloodied mess. The jury could retire to consider their verdicts later today.